Chase out with the blue futon, and yes, the dog is still here. And you know how it is. I watched a bunch of movies, we're reviewing them back to back to back, and this one, out of the box or out of the wall, whatever you want to call it, is called Idle Hands, the Shout Factory release. Whereas a couple of new interviews with the director, some actors, and everything like that, apparently this did not do good in theaters, and now it kind of found a cult following afterwards. But let's see if this cult following is totally worth it. So Idle Hand stars Seth Green, Devon and Jessica Alba in her first role. So what is this movie about? Well, it's about a teen who's a straight bum, pot smoker, does nothing with his life, but randomly people are dying around him. He doesn't know why, he doesn't care. He's just, messed up in the head. But there's a demonic possession, and Vivica A. Fox needs to find this hand because this demon finds the laziest, stupid person, possesses them to make him kill people. And in this movie, is Devon and he kills a bunch of people, bloody, gory, in absolute crazy ways. So, did I like this movie? This movie's a little bit weird. How it got a cult following, I'm not 100% sure, but the reason it did not do good in theaters is because I think this happened 10 days after Columbine this came out, and apparently John McCain and Joe Lieberman, Republican and a Democrat, even though I wasn't a big fan of John McCain's politics at all, like 0%, neither with Joe Lieberman, so both of those people, I don't really care about the politics, but they both said this movie by name, saying this is the reason why Columbine and stuff happens like that. They didn't see this movie then. They're just being stupid, blaming shit that didn't need to be blamed on, because Idle Hands has nothing to do with shootings, nothing to do with school at all. There's a school dance in this part, and he has to go and save a girl. That's about it. From a hand. Literally from a hand, because at that point in the story, he did something to his body to make sure that the demon is somewhere else. So having McCain and Lieberman saying this movie is at fault for Columbine and stuff like that, completely false, stupid, and just wanted to blame someone on something else. So let's get that out of the way, and I learned that from the director in a new featurette in the movie. But this movie is different, unique, and okay. I can understand why I got a cult following, because it is a unique premise and interesting story of how this hand is killing people, what he's doing it trying to save his people, and ghosts coming back, and the humor to it as well. The humor is a very much a hit or miss. There are some funny parts, but nothing laugh out loud hysterical. There are parts where you're like, oh, that's kind of funny, that's kind of funny, that didn't land as well, that's kind of funny, but nothing hysterical. There's a lot more gore, in my opinion, than laughs. Like I said, this is a very much a hit or miss movie. Was it scary? No. Was it funny? A little bit. So it was more funny than scary. But the actual story itself is kind of very much a throwaway demonic story, which I understand what they're trying to do and have a hand do it. But the overall how we got there doesn't really make sense. It's very much on the back end of the demon wants someone lazy and it's him, period dot. But the very first killings, you don't really understand how it happened whatsoever, and it just doesn't click at all with what they want the audience to believe. The realism is so off the wall, not there, that you just gotta go with it. But some of the stuff in this movie, even though it's completely fake, it's just too off the wall. It makes zero sense, where it's hard to even jump into the story because of this ridiculousness of it. I've been saying ridiculous a lot today, actually, so if that's getting annoying, I'm very sorry. But overall, it's a cheesy, ridiculous movie where Jessica Alba's her first movie pretty well. Her sidekick woman character, very annoying of what happens to her. She deserves it, let's put it that way. I do feel sorry for Seth Green and his friend because they're just stoners as well. I'm not the biggest stoner movie, like people, all they do is smoke weed and that's all they do. Not the biggest fan of it on some levels, but this one is okay. I mean, I say that, but I like Pineapple Express. I like Superbad, but Superbad's not really a stoner movie. Pineapple Express is, but that's just fun for me, where it goes. But overall, Idle Hands is an okay movie. I understand the cult following of how it's just a cheesy, fun movie, a horror movie that kind of, you could say the horror comedy genre wasn't really there before this movie, and this one did kind of mix it and it did slowly build a following to make more movies like it. So you could say that as well. But it's an interesting movie to have Shout Factory do something a little bit different to it, but it is worth it. I had a fun time with it. A touching story of a boy in his right hand. Ha ha ha. You get that joke. But this was during Devon Sawyer's prime of like Final Destination, this and stuff like that. As well as Seth Green, because this is where he was more of an actor. Now he's more behind the scenes, voice acting and producing stuff. What they need to do is bring Rat Race to Blu-ray and 4K if they can. Rat Race is so hysterical, and that's one. Even though it's not going to be a Shout release, Paramount, bring that up, please, because Seth Green's in it. That's how I brought it up. But overall, Idle Hands, it's an okay movie, middle of the road movie. So Idle Hands will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with Futon, so it goes at 50%. So see the critics news scores gave this one. Interesting, the critics at 15% with 55 of them, and the audience score of 58% with 55, 8, 25. Here's critic consensus. An uneasy mix of slapstick and gore. Idle Hands lacks the maniac energy and comedic inspirations required to pull off its goofy premise. I mean, I guess I have to agree. 50% is a little bit ridiculous at how low that is. Oh, sorry, wrong hand. That scared my dog a little bit. Anyway, do you agree with my 15, the 58, or my 50? Chase out of the Blue Futon, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things Bhutanotopia. You Bhuftonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Yeah, my dog didn't like that.